All right. That was very Sophia of me. Pregnancy acne. Oh boy, I'm dealing with it. So, first off, this is not a video about how I have miraculously cured my pregnancy acne. It is still very much alive and well. Hello. Hello. Hello from my little friends. How'd that thing go? Say hello to my little friend. Love that movie. But this is about how I am trying to combat it because honestly, I think that I am the type of person. I have very reactive skin. It is blemish prone. I can throw a lot of stuff at it and it's pretty resilient, but certain things, certain hormonal things like products and hormones, like certain ones of those will just bam, make it flare up right away. So my skin was looking pretty good before baby came along. And I was pretty much just getting like maybe 1 to 2 really easy to deal with blemishes every month right around period time. And one of my very first indicators that I might be pregnant was the fact that I just blew up with breakouts. And I was like, this is not normal for me. And then sure enough, I was pregnant. So here's the thing. I don't think that anything is going to cure it other than giving birth. I think that that's going to be the one thing for me that actually makes it calm down again. But I have slowed it down, and I feel like a lot of it is just finding the right combination of products to combat it when it does come up. I have not found anything that will prevent it yet, but I have slowed down the process because it used to be a few different blemishes coming up every single day. Some would last longer than others. Some would go away without really coming to a head. Some would linger for years, it seems. And now I'm getting maybe 2 to 3 per week. So it's significantly better. A lot of that might be that I'm now in my second trimester. So hormones are leveling off a little bit. But honestly, I just don't think it's going to go away completely until I give birth. So here, let's talk about the products that are helping me and how I use them to help. This right here is what my skin looks like today. I took this picture right before I put my makeup on, and you can see there's a lot going on. I have up here a lot of like red marks. Down here I have a lot of red marks. I have some here. I have red marks over here and on the side. And a lot of those are old, like a week to 2, 3, 4 weeks old. The red marks are just lingering so much lately, but they're all old. The only active blemishes that I have right now is the one right here, which I have not tried to pop yet. I'm really trying to just let it do its thing. This one that was so painful, so painful. I finally ended up just popping it just to get it over with. And I know you shouldn't do it, but I did it. I did it. And then I have this one that was also the twin sister, and it just, it hurt so bad to even talk, and I had to get rid of it. So I popped it. And I don't regret it because I needed it to just get over with it. I have a few like cystic ones down here that are just like staying beneath the surface. But I think that the combination of products that I'm using are keeping them from coming to a head. And ones like that, if I can keep them from coming to a head, they will eventually go all the way back down and just disappear. So that's what I'm trying to do, but it's a struggle. So here's the thing. Once you get pregnant, if you are not already aware of this, basically everything that was your friend before, whenever you had a pimple, you can't use. So salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, retinol, and BHA type of toners. BHA has salicylic acid in it. Basically, it's the same thing pretty much. So all of those products you just can't use. Depending on the doctor or the source, some will tell you, oh, it's okay to use in very, very small amounts. But generally speaking, something that you're putting all over your face is a large amount whenever it comes to doing it every single day. So I would not recommend that. Always check with your doctor, but whenever I asked mine, they basically said, if you want to be on the safe side, don't use any of it ever. So I stopped because the risk obviously is birth defects, and I don't think anybody wants that for their child that they're incubating for 9 months. So give it up. just give it up and invest in some other things. Now, there are pregnancy only or pregnancy specific skincare lines. I've looked into them because I was desperate, and I will tell you right now, they're marking up their prices specifically because they know pregnant women are desperate and we will pay anything. And if it says pregnancy or maternity or whatever, they're automatically going to mark up the price because they know you're willing to pay it for pretty much any sort of product out there. If you guys notice that, a lot of pregnancy related, maternity related things are just a high markup for basically the same products that you can get for less. So be wary of those. The other thing is that a lot of those products will have some of these same ingredients in them, and you're just paying more for it. So I guess if you have the money and you don't care and you want something easy, go for it. I haven't tried any of them though, so I can't vouch for any of them. But a lot of these products that I have in front of me are ones that I already owned and I just used kind of like infrequently or whatever, because obviously salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide were my favorites. But then I had to switch to these. So let's get into them. I have several different products here and they all perform a slightly different function for me. So I bought one thing new, all the rest I had already, and it's a device because I was like, it's on sale. Let me just try it and see if it helps, because I also noticed I was getting a lot of texture up here whenever I had pretty much gotten rid of all of my texture. I don't know where it came from, but it was straight from the pit of hell. And so I saw this and it was 50% off and I was like, all right, cool. You know what? I'm going to get it. So what I will say is try to find a coupon code or something for this. Don't buy it at full price. But I got the PMD personal microdermabrasion tool thing, and it doesn't turn on because I don't have the plug, but you basically turn it on and you put it up against your skin and just kind of pass like this all over. And this has a little suction. So once you put this onto your skin, this is going to suction your skin toward your little microdermabrasion tool right here. Now, I did worry a little bit about how this would do on active acne. Now, obviously, do your own research. Don't just take my word for it. But I went ahead and used it on all of the areas of my face, even the ones that had like active breakouts, and it didn't hurt more. And did it harm my skin? I don't know, but I think in the long run it helped. So I still use it and I'm still doing it, but I do this one time a week and it has made a drastic improvement. I think that this is probably the main reason why my breakouts have slowed down, because I'm getting all that dead skin off and it's, you know, stimulating that cell turnover. So I think that this is probably my number one recommendation for you. I've tried a lot of like scrubs and things like that, but it's not the same. Whenever I use this, my skin feels like baby soft skin. Even in the areas where there's breakouts, like it may feel bumpy, but the actual skin itself is just smooth. So highly recommend this. It is around what, like, 150 or something like that, but I got it 50% off. So definitely look for a deal, but this has helped greatly. And I think that that intensive microdermabrasion has really helped with, you know, getting all of the gunk out of my skin that has been helping to foster all these blemishes. One of the first things that I use, I put this on during the daytime just to kind of keep everything, you know, under control during the daytime whenever I'm wearing like SPF and out in like, you know, the air and stuff, is the Body Shop Tea Tree Night Lotion. I use it during the day. This is green, so you may not be able to see all of that, but that's what it looks like. It is a cream. I just put it all over and especially concentrate it in the areas where I'm breaking out. Then if I have an active breakout during the daytime, depending on what kind it is, I will use one of two products. So if it is an above the surface, came to a head, maybe I've popped it, maybe it's really close to being popped, I will use the Burt's Bees herbal complexion stick with tea tree oil. This also has willow bark something in it. Those are like the two main ingredients that help it do what it does. And I don't feel like this is a miracle worker, but again, it will help to just kind of get things drawn out of there and get it going. You know, you just, at that point, you want it to be just done and over with. And if you need something clear during the daytime that you can wear that's not going to affect makeup or anything like that or show up on your skin, that's the one I go for. If I have one that is still below the surface, but it's starting to feel a little painful and stuff, and I know it's gonna be coming up, I will go in with the Mario Badescu buffering lotion. You got to be careful with this one because it does have, what is it? Zinc oxide in this, which I think is what the white stuff at the bottom, you have to like shake it up really good. It can sometimes leave a little bit of a cast, but I find that if I put just a small amount and really like work it in by patting it, then it doesn't really disturb anything. It doesn't look, you know, on your skin, you can't see it. But if you just like kind of rub it in, it tends to leave a white cast on me. So I have to pat it in. But this works on the subsurface ones. Then at night, I will go in with just cleaning my face. I'm working on a different skincare routine, so I have some different products I'm trying out. But in terms of correcting the acne, I have 3 products that I will use depending on what's going on. So again, if I have those subsurface blemishes, I'll go in with the Mario Badescu buffering lotion. But then on top of them, I will put on the Mario Badescu drying cream. And this one you also want to pat in until it's kind of blended with the skin, but it does have a color to it, which is why I wouldn't use it during the day. And I also use this, just this alone, on ones where they have come to the surface and I've popped them because it is a drying cream. And then if I feel like I've used the drying cream for a couple nights and it hasn't done a whole lot, because some of these blemishes, guys, are just that resilient, I will go in with the Body Shop tea tree oil, just the straight up tea tree oil. And I will put that on the blemish, and it usually helps. It makes it look a little bit worse by morning time, whereas if the drying cream works, it looks better. But it's one of those things where if the drying cream isn't working, I need to use this to get things really like going, but it does sting. It is a little bit more harsh, I feel like. So I don't like to use it too much, which is why I try the drying cream first to see if it will help. The last product that I have, I will also use only at night. And it's one of those things where, like these guys, these two, I used the buffering lotion mixed with the drying cream on top for a few nights straight. And it was making some progress, but still very like red and inflamed and stuff. So at night I've been putting these on, which are the Hanhu Blemish Patch. It's my favorite kind. They're super cheap. You can get them at Walmart. I think this is one of the cheaper kinds of the blemish patches, and they work best for me. I go ahead and put this on overnight on any of these ones that are still just like really angry, because it protects it overnight. It will also draw out some of the stuff, but more importantly, I don't want extra things getting in there. And if the other things aren't really cutting it, I got to do something to protect that skin just to, you know, keep it from getting any worse. So there you go. That's all the stuff that I have been using for my pregnancy acne. If you also have things that you use or tips or tricks or anything like that, let us all know down below so that we can all learn from it. But if you're dealing with it like me and you just don't know where to start, try those things. They are pretty much all reasonably priced. The Mario Badescu is a little bit more, but they're in like the teens, you know, they're not more than that. So I think that's a good place to start with it. Just try not to pick at it like me, and, you know, just think of it in terms of like, if it doesn't go away the whole time that you're pregnant, at least you're going to have a beautiful baby to show for it at the end, and hopefully it fixes itself after you give birth. And if you're one of those people that is just lucky enough not to get pregnancy acne, we all hate you. No, just kidding. I do a little bit, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.